What's up, UT? I'm Corban Carver.
And I'm Sami Roebuck, and this is your Rocky Top Rundown.
Well, Sami, I'm happy to say it's a great day to wear orange, white, and black. The Tennessee football Volunteers face the South Carolina Gamecocks Saturday in Neyland Stadium for the first home SEC matchup. Let's take a look at the highlights. First quarter, it's going to be Hooker. He's going to fake the handoff and kick it outside to Velus Jones. This one right here picking up 24 yards and the first down for the Volunteers. Down to the 3-yard line, Hooker, another fake handoff into the end zone for a Jalen Hyatt touchdown. Volunteers scored in the first 6 minutes of the football game. Leading 7-0, the defense coming up huge here. Luke Doty is going to be sacked. That one, a loss of 6 yards as Tennessee drops Doty in the backfield. Next, Hooker rolls out right, throws back over the middle. That one, Javonte Patton, 39 yards for the touchdown. Tennessee patting on to their lead. Look here, Hooker rolls out, beautiful dime right over the middle of the field, and Patton does the rest with his hands. Defense not found in this one. Doty, halfback pass, and it's going to be intercepted. The Tennessee defense coming up huge again. It's Hooker. Another screen out to the right side, and this one, it's going to be busted loose for a touchdown. 21 yards on that pass there as Tennessee, yet again, adding to their first quarter lead. The Vols would finish the first quarter leading 28-0 because of their performance. This one, it's Tyon Evans, 45 yards into the end zone. Right there, he busts through the middle of the defense. No one can catch him. Down the middle of the field he goes. Tennessee again, goal line package. The handoff goes into the end zone. Tennessee leading 38-14 at this point. Tennessee is looking to finish this game. Laneith Whitehead on that score there. Tennessee put the defense to work on Saturday, holding the Gamecocks to only 3 touchdowns. Freshman Brandon Turnage was awarded the SEC Defensive Player of the Week. He had 14 tackles and 2 tackles for loss against South Carolina. The offense not too shabby either. Hooker, who threw for 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's proved himself to being an amazing asset to this Volunteer football team. He now has a quarterback rating of 185.89. That is the number 5 spot in the SEC. Tennessee offense scoring 41.5 points per game behind Georgia, Kentucky, and Alabama in the SEC. The Vols face the Rebels of Ole Miss this Saturday in Neyland with a nighttime 7:30 kickoff.
Let me tell you, Corban, I enjoyed watching that game just as much as I enjoyed the 22nd ranked Lady Vols volleyball team taking down the Gamecocks in Columbia on Saturday. Let's get to those highlights. The Lady Vols started off the matchup with an insanely powerful kill right here by Morgan Fingal, giving them a 1-0 lead. Starting off the second set, the Gamecocks, they get called for a lift penalty right there, giving the Lady Vols another point. Now to the set point where South Carolina commits yet another lift penalty, giving the Vols a 2-0 lead. Now in the third set, Lily Feltz hammers it for a kill for the UT can feel the momentum in their favor. South Carolina just trying to stay alive now, but Nicole Shanahan has another plan here as she kills the match point for the Lady Vols, and they complete their sweep over South Carolina. Now it was the Lady Vols' 11th sweep of the season. They move up to number 21 this week and will travel to Georgia this weekend.
I can say it will not be pretty on that campus in South Carolina this week. The Vols sure can walk with pride here in Knoxville as they complete a huge sweep, Sami.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. The Vols dominating in every fall sport imaginable almost, winning in soccer, volleyball twice, football, hockey twice. Feels good to be a Vol this week. But let's switch gears to our reporter Caleb as he gives us the rundown on former UTK linebacker and team captain Al Wilson's induction into the College Football Hall of Fame.
In sports, every team doesn't win the championship every year. Unfortunately, this means fans oftentimes have to celebrate the past and successes there rather than in the here and now. This past weekend, Tennessee celebrated the induction of Al Wilson into the College Football Hall of Fame, and that stirred a lot of people to think about those memories of the past, including that 1998 season in which Tennessee won the national championship. People wanted to celebrate Wilson and the others who helped bring that championship here to Knoxville. Wilson's teammate, Jeff Hall, looks back on that season with fondness.
It was an exciting season, and obviously being undefeated and being John Ward's last year and losing so many guys to the NFL the previous spring, having a new starting quarterback at the helm. There's just a lot of unique storylines that surrounded that season and surrounded the team. So it was just a very unique season just from that standpoint. And then obviously the way the season unfolded, we played a lot of close games. We were underdogs, and I think 6 or 7 games that we played in, as a matter of fact.
I asked Hall if there was any moments from that season he would want to go back to and experience all over again.
After the Florida game, when the fans rushed the field, that was very, very memorable and a unique experience. And watching us drive down the field against Arkansas to score the winning touchdown. And you know what? At the end of the national championship game, standing on the podium rather, with a handful of my teammates and Coach Fulmer to accept the trophy. Those are probably the 3 moments that going back and reliving those would be fun. So Al and I started our careers together side by side on the kickoff team against East Carolina in '95, and so we played together 4 years, and just watching him play, a couple of guys and I were talking Saturdays as we were watching him on the field accept the Hall of Fame induction, how fun it would be to watch him play again, just because he was very unique. He had another gear that most humans can never get to, and it played out on the field. Arguably the greatest leader that Tennessee football has ever had. And I think one thing that's special about Al is, in our relationship, is that he and I were 2 of the 4 captains. And there's something about walking out on a football field with Al Wilson getting ready to play a football game. And that's special. I mean, knowing that you're walking out there on the football field with one of the greatest football players to ever play. And that's pretty special. And that's one of my fondest memories of Al is, before the game, 4 captains, we get together, we pray, walk out on the field, the band's playing, and then you're standing out there as the rest of the team comes out, and that's pretty exciting.
Tennessee fans remember the careers of both Al Wilson and Jeff Hall with fondness, knowing that no one can take that 1998 championship away from them, and how Hall and Wilson were instrumental in helping that happen. But of course, Tennessee fans are hoping that new and great days are on the horizon, featured around Josh Heupel. Only time will tell if those dreams come to reality. But for now, we can always celebrate that 1998 championship. For the Rocky Top Rundown, I'm Caleb Leach.
Thanks, Caleb. It's always good to know where we came from to where we are headed. And speaking of where we are headed, let's go over to Grace Lovinski as she speaks with swimmer Joseph Jordan about the team's comeback season from COVID and what we should expect.
The Tennessee swim team is back in action for the 2021-2022 season, and the team is planning to perform in full motion.
Our main goal is always to win championships and to put people onto Olympic teams.
After coming off a hard COVID year with not a lot of meets and no fans, swimmer Joseph Jordan explains the new bonds.
Now that the COVID rules have kind of been lifted a little bit, our men's and women's team has honestly probably been the strongest and the closest together it's been tonight.
Jordan says they didn't lose a lot of teammates, and 7 of the 9 swimmers that went to the Tokyo Olympics are returning.
We only lost a couple guys, 2 or 3 And we brought in 5 of the freshman class, so the team's
Longtime Tennessee swim fan Taylor Warren is excited to see a lot of swimmers back.
It's really good for them to like just have like people who are returning that went to the Olympics and have that experience that can come back and just like lead.
At their first home theater at Allentown Arena on October 21st. This will be the first time that fans are allowed to be back into the auditorium to the start of the COVID 2020 year.
Fans are ready to be back and show support.
I like watching swimming, so I'm excited to be able to actually like go and watch, especially since like I know a girl from home that's on the team.
And the swim team is ready for them too.
I'm really looking forward to swimming a lot of meets and have people in the stands watching us.
With the Rocky Top Rundown, I'm Grace Lovinski.
Celebrating both the past and the present. What more could we ask for here at UT?
We should also celebrate the fans. Shannon Sharp is here with the Vols Fan of the Week. Let's check it out.
The Tennessee Vols have some of the most loyal and dedicated fans in all of college athletics. Many are lifelong fans. This week's fan was born to be a volunteer. The Rocky Top Rundown's Fan of the Week is Sydney Starr, a freshman in therapeutic recreation from Cleveland, Tennessee. I caught up with Sydney at a recent soccer match, and she told us what makes her a true Vol fan.
I've grown up here, my dad went here, and I've never missed a season of at least one athletic event, so I'm dedicated.
Sydney also told us her favorite parts of attending UT athletic events.
Rocky Top, no doubt. Just the chant, the environment. It's pretty cool. Gives me chills. Go Vols!
Sydney Starr, this week's Rocky Top Rundown Fan of the Week.
Thanks, Sydney and Shannon. It's always good to know that we have Vol fans just like you all.
Going to an event at least one every season, now that's what I call commitment. Personally, I'm impressed. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's amazing. You know, each sport getting equal love. You feel like there's already talks of a sellout crowd this Saturday against Ole Miss. It's going to be a fun matchup this weekend. It's going to be fun for every sport if we keep the fans involved just like we are.
Absolutely. The fans that we have here at UT are imaginably compared to anything else. Well, that's all we have for this episode of the Rocky Top Rundown. From our crew, Corban and myself, thank you for watching.
Make sure you tune in next week for another Rocky Top Rundown.